So I made this cool elephant bandsaw box. So I'm going to tell you a little bit how I made it. The first thing I did was I glued together 3 walnut boards to make a thick block. Then I drew the side profile of the elephant with the drawer where I wanted the drawer to be. And then I drew the front of the elephant and then the top of the elephant on the same block. So to get the elephant, so it would make a good 3D object, I would just have lines drawn on, lining up things like the eyes, the trunk, just any points that I could reference. And then I was able to draw it so it'd be the front view and side view of the same object as well as the top view. When you make a bandsaw box, you have to cut out the drawer, and it still has to have a back to it unless you want the drawer to go all the way through. So to make the hole for the drawer, I cut off the back, then I cut out the drawer. I pulled the drawer out, I filled in the saw kerf with a little thin piece of wood, and then I glued the back on so it'd be a hole with a back that would accommodate a drawer and not go all the way through. And I set the drawer to the side. And from there I shaped the elephant. First thing I did was I cut out the elephant as much as I could on the bandsaw. Then used various tools like chisels, knives, rasp, and a Dremel, and I just shaped the rest of the elephant. And once that was in a shape that I liked, I started working on the drawer. Okay, so I took the drawer block and I sliced off the back and the front, and then I made the middle into like a U shape. And from there I decided to do something different with the drawer front. And I cut out the middle of the drawer front, and on the back of it I chiseled out a groove to accommodate a piece of stabilized burl that I had. Then I glued in a mother and child elephant that was whittled out previously by Heidi. And then I poured resin into this opening. And then I didn't do this part right. It got all filled with bubbles, and I had to redo the drawer front entirely. So I did it again with a different piece of stabilized burl, and this time I painted on the first coat of resin, and then I poured it little by little, and this one turned out much better. So then I glued together the drawer, and I shaped it, and then I sanded it up through the grits to bring back the clarity of the resin. After that I flocked the inside of the elephant, I flocked the inside of the drawer, and I finished it with some polyurethane. And here's the finished elephant. I think it turned out fun. This was one of the cooler projects that I've done. I'm pretty happy with it.